I think most of our players would tell you that they're excited about having the opportunity to get into game week, prepare for another team, not be hitting on each other. So this is a great opportunity for our team. I think this is a very challenging game for us against a very, very good team. And, our players have to be able to stay focused on playing one play at a time, especially in opening games. I think sometimes things happen in opening games that are unexpected, maybe you're unprepared for, and you got to be able to adapt and adjust and play the next play and not be outcome oriented, but stay focused on what you need to do to be able to play well in the next play. I also think that's very important in preparation. Every team sort of defines itself by the identity that they create, the effort, the toughness, the discipline, the intangibles that they play with. And, it'll be no different for this team. They have a great opportunity to do that against a very good team. And we always look forward to playing in Atlanta. It's been a city that's been very welcoming to us, and the atmosphere and environment there has always been fantastic in whatever venue that we play. So, I think action is what we're really looking for here. I think it conquers a lot of anxiety and other things, and that action starts with your preparation so that you're well prepared and confident when you get into the game. You all have a depth chart now, so you should be really, really happy with that, even though it may not be 100% exact relative to injuries or anything like that. Q Robinson is suspended indefinitely, from the team. He'll get evaluation and also go through the protocols that we have for any alcohol or drug-related issue. I would like to just take a minute to let everybody on the Gulf Coast know that, our thoughts and prayers are with you and your families. And, hopefully, you don't have to go through too much agony over this storm, but know that there's a lot of people out there that are going to be focused on helping you, if you do. Specifically about Miami, I think this is a really, really good team. They've got 19 out of 22 starters back from last year's team that went 8-3. So they've got 10 starters back on offense. They've got 9 starters back on defense. Quarterback King is a really, really good player. They've got outstanding skill guys, 2 very productive receivers coming back from last year. They've got good runners. So this is a really, really good team. This is going to be a really challenging game for us on both sides of the ball. They're good on special teams. Their punter is like number 2 in the nation last year in net punt or whatever. They've got really good team speed. These guys play hard. They're very aggressive. So it's going to be a very challenging game for us, and it's a big game for our players to, sort of establish the identity of what's this team going to be? Who are we going to be? It doesn't matter what we've been in the past. It's all about what we do, in this game.
Okay, with that, we'll get things started with Michael Casagrande. Go ahead, Michael.
Looking at the receivers, Jojo Earle's up there in the depth chart. What's he showing you in August this month?
Jojo's had a really good camp, very quick, very fast, really good in and out of a break, really good route runner, very consistent catcher. So done a really good job, and obviously, have some opportunity to play in the game.
Okay, we'll go to Aaron Suttles. Aaron, go ahead.
What have you seen from Jase McClellan and his growth from last year, and how that helped in that experience playing last year till this offseason in this camp?
Jase has done a really, really good job. I think he's really confident. I think he really understands the offense when he has the ball, when he doesn't have the ball, which I always think is really important in the development of a running back. Most of these guys that we recruit, they're pretty good when they got the ball, but it's learning how to play when they don't have the ball. And I think that's probably where he's made the most progress. And we have a lot of confidence in him. He's a really good special teams player as well.
Go to Nick Kelly with Tuscaloosa.
Where's the overall cohesion and just health of the offensive line at right now?
I think we'll obviously see, when the game comes, but we've had some injuries in the offensive line, so we haven't always had the same group together, which, the good thing about that is you get more experience for other guys who may have to play. The bad news is those guys didn't get to play together quite as much, but I'm confident in the group. There's a lot of competition up there, which I think is a good thing. And we'll see. They're going to play against a good front, an active front, very aggressive front in this game. So it'll tell us where we're at.
We'll go to Charlie Potter.
Hey, Coach, you mentioned the injuries on the offensive line. Do you have an update on Kendall, Randolph, and also DeMarcco, Hellams?
The offensive line is all back intact. DeMarcco will start running, today. He's still probably questionable for this game. So I can't answer whether he'll be available for the game or not.
We will go to Ryan Hennessy. Ryan, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, I was just wondering what you've seen so far throughout this camp with Bryce Young and his progression going into game week.
Yeah, Bryce has done a nice job. I think he's very confident. He understands the offense really well. He's accurate with the ball. As I've mentioned before, the focus has been, can we get the players around him to play a little bit better with him? So that's going to, help him probably be able to execute a little bit better. And that's been what we've worked hard on. And I think we're making good progress in that regard.
We'll go to Stephen Smith. Go ahead.
Coach, specifically Darrin Dalcourt in his third year on the offensive line, where has he improved the most?
He's gotten bigger and stronger, playing with a little bit more power. There's a lot of competition at the center position, which is a good thing. But he has played really well and had a good fall camp, and we're really pleased with the progress that he's made, and I'm excited about watching him when he gets an opportunity to play, how he actually performs out there as a young player who doesn't have quite as much experience as some of the other players, but has really shown a lot of maturity in his play throughout fall camp.
We'll go to Cecil. Cecil, go ahead.
Coach, you were performing at such a high level offensively at the end of last season. Do you anticipate that people will expect that you can just pick that up and go, or do you think there's a little more realism about starting over offensively?
I really can't answer that because I don't know what people think out there. You probably have a better feel for that than I do. But I think the realistic approach is we had a lot of new players on offense. It's a work in progress to get all these players to develop to be productive and consistent performers. We're working hard on that. The coaches are doing a good job of that. We've got new faces at a lot of positions, which creates a lot of opportunity for people. How they manage it in the game, how they can take it to the game, how they prepare for the game. Those are all question marks that get answered when you play a game. We're working hard on it. Wherever we are, we're going to continue to work on it and develop it. I have confidence in the players that we have. We just have, players that don't have as much experience as we had a year ago. So we're going to see how that manifests itself into positive performance on a consistent basis, and how can they manage playing one play at a time, and how can they stay focused on executing and doing their job. And I think that'll go a long way to say, how productive we are, as an offensive team.
We'll go to John Zener with the Associated Press.
Yeah, Nick, I know fans everywhere are excited to kind of getting players, coaches to get college football back to normal. And you guys have had a great vaccination rate, athletic department wide. Do you have any reservations, or is it more excitement when knowing you're going to have a full stadium and everything? For the fans' perspective, not necessarily just the players and safety and everything.
Well, I'm excited for, our players to have the opportunity to play in front of fans. I'm excited for our fans who have great passion and been very supportive. I'm also very respectful of, whatever provisions that we make for the safety of the people who come to the games, whether they're, state laws, university, protocols, whatever it might be, because I still think we have to respect the safety of how we can do this. As excited as we are about the opportunity that we have to have a full stadium, I think we want to have a full stadium that's safe for the people in it.
Okay, we'll go to Jacob Harrison. Got time for two more.
Coach, taking on a player of the athlete caliber that D'Eriq King is as a scrambler, what's it mean to your defense to have some speed at the middle linebacker position with Henry Toto and Christian Harris?
Well, I think team speed on defense in this day and age in football is very, very important, with all the people who run spread, who really are going to, make you cover horizontally as well as vertically the entire field. And when you have great athletes that have great speed, especially at the quarterback position, that adds another element to that you're out here spread out trying to cover all these guys. And now you've got a quarterback who's got great ability to scramble, extend plays, make plays, scrambling, throwing, as well as running. That adds another element to it. And he certainly does that extremely well. He executes their offense extremely well. He's very comfortable in how he manages the game for them. Gets them in, plays that have a great chance to be successful for them. And he's a good decision maker on, whether it's the RPOs, the bubbles, the smokes, the plays that they run that complement the running game. So, I think this guy presents lots of issues because he's a great player and he's a great athlete and he's a great quarterback, all rolled in one.
We'll finish up with Aaron.
You may not know the answer to this because of the situation on the offensive line. You having to shuffle guys in and out, but do you get a sense of where your run defense is at this point in time?
I think we got more veteran players playing up front. We strike blocks, we control blockers. We got pretty decent edge players. But again, you really don't know until the players go out there and play and execute and do their job. And I think playing with discipline on defense and playing team defense is probably one of the most critical factors, whether it's a run or a pass. And regardless of a player's ability to play, I think they have to understand that if everybody does my job, our jobs collectively, we're going to have the best chance to effectively stop runs, as well as, have a chance to be a good defense when it comes to playing pass defense. So, and look, we have some experienced players that should be able to do this, but I think they got to prepare correctly and go out there and perform the way they're capable of. And we'll kind of find out where we're at. I don't have the answers to these questions. You can't figure all this stuff out, in practice. I don't know how the offensive line is going to do. I don't know how the run defense is going to do. I don't know how a new player playing wide receiver or cornerback is going to do. But this is their opportunity and their challenge to show what they can do. And I want them to do that in a very positive way, where they're focused on their action one play at a time and how they respond to the next play, regardless of what happened to the play before. So that's kind of how we're going to approach this game, and that's how we got to go about it against a very good team.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time.
Thank you.